Welcome back to Automasti, the channel where we talk about real cars, real history, and real automotive passion. Today we're diving into one of the most legendary cars ever produced behind the Iron Curtain, a car that didn't just move people from one place to another but actually moved an entire generation forward. The Lada VAZ-2101 is not just a vehicle, it's a symbol of simplicity, durability, and a time when cars were built to survive harsh roads, extreme weather, and decades of use. When people in the United States hear about the VAZ-2101, they often compare it to classic American economy cars of the late 1960s and early 1970s, but the story of this car is very different and very unique. The VAZ-2101 was introduced in 1970 and was based on the Fiat 124, a European car that had already proven itself as a practical and reliable sedan. However, the Soviet engineers didn't just copy the Fiat, they re-engineered it heavily to survive the brutal conditions of Soviet roads. Thicker steel, reinforced suspension, higher ground clearance, and a more robust drivetrain turned this simple Italian design into a tank-like daily driver. In the United States, cars were getting bigger engines, more power, and more comfort during that era, but the VAZ-2101 focused on one thing above all else: reliability. This car wasn't built for speed or luxury, it was built to start every morning, no matter how cold it was, and to keep going even when maintenance was minimal. Under the hood, the VAZ-2101 came with small inline-4 engines, usually around 1.2 liters, producing modest horsepower by American standards. But what it lacked in power, it made up for in torque delivery and mechanical simplicity. Carbureted engines, basic ignition systems, and easy-to-access components meant that almost anyone with basic tools could work on this car. In the United States, classic car lovers appreciate vehicles that are easy to restore and maintain, and the VAZ-2101 fits perfectly into that mindset. It's the kind of car where you can understand every mechanical part without needing a laptop or advanced diagnostics. The driving experience of the VAZ-2101 is raw and honest. There are no driver assists, no electronic aids, and no luxury features to distract you. The steering is direct, the suspension is soft but tough, and the gearbox requires deliberate shifts. Compared to American muscle cars of the same era, the VAZ-2101 feels slow, but it delivers a sense of connection that modern cars often lack. Every vibration, every engine sound, and every gear change reminds you that you're driving a machine, not a computer on wheels. For classic car enthusiasts in the United States, this kind of analog experience is exactly what makes vintage cars special. One of the most impressive aspects of the VAZ-2101 is its durability. These cars were driven for hundreds of thousands of miles on rough roads, often overloaded with passengers or cargo, and still managed to keep running. In many ways, it's comparable to the reputation of old American sedans that were known for lasting forever if properly maintained. The difference is that the VAZ-2101 often survived without proper maintenance, using low-quality fuel and oil, and still refused to die. That's why even today, you can find running examples decades after they rolled off the production line. Design-wise, the VAZ-2101 is simple and clean. Straight lines, round headlights, and a balanced proportion give it a timeless look. It doesn't try to be aggressive or flashy, but it has a quiet confidence. In the United States, classic European and Japanese cars from the same era are gaining popularity, and the VAZ-2101 fits right into that classic scene. It's unique, rare, and instantly recognizable to anyone who knows automotive history. Restored examples look fantastic, especially when paired with period-correct wheels and subtle detailing. Culturally, the VAZ-2101 played a massive role in everyday life. For many families, it was their first car, their only car, and sometimes even their livelihood. It was used for daily commuting, long road trips, and even motorsports in amateur racing scenes. In the United States, cars often represent freedom and individuality, and while the context was different, the VAZ-2101 carried similar emotional value for its owners. It wasn't just transportation, it was a part of life. Today, the VAZ-2101 has found a new audience. Collectors, classic car fans, and custom builders are rediscovering this iconic sedan. Some keep it completely stock to preserve its historical value, while others modify it with modern engines, suspension upgrades, or custom interiors. In the U.S.